really talk to FBI much, but I definitely feel a little bit of a rivalry against him just because whenever people talk about OCE players, the two players they talk about as best is me and FBI. And I almost feel like I'm objectively the better player just because I've gone to quarterfinals of Worlds and he hasn't. But I can definitely see why people put us up against each other because we are the two best players from OCE, and obviously me playing against him feels like a bit of an ego battle. Even though he's not my laner, it feels really like weird because most of the time I'm like, oh, I'm playing against the enemy top laner. But in reality, like this time it's like, oh, I'm playing against another OCE player. Like I have to beat this guy. I am the best OCE player, and that's definitely I definitely feel that rivalry a little bit whenever I play against 100 Thieves.
I think Fudge is always very outspoken, and that's good, but looking at his recent performances, I think he should probably learn to keep it down when he's not playing so well. I respect it though, so hopefully he can turn it around, but as of right now, I don't even think he's the best top laner from OCE. So.
Woo! A little bit of spice, a little bit of rivalry between the OCE players in Fudge and FBI. They're going up against each other in the very next match of the day, so one of them will look a little bit more correct than the other, I guess, in 35-ish minutes or so.
I love it, especially since it's like we don't get to hear from FBI so much because the rest of his team is also outspoken. So just getting to hear the small, attacks. Amazing.
Sit down.
It's so cool to see so many tight matchups today. Exactly. We just got a big one, longest game of the split out of CLG and FlyQuest, two of the other teams that are looking for that postseason positioning in Cloud9 and 100 Thieves. It was Cloud9 that fell down yesterday, though, Jat, against that CLG squad. So they're looking for the rebound here against a very strong-looking 100 Thieves.
Yeah, really important matchup for both these guys. You can see Fudge trying to focus up, and there is
All right, final pick of the draft for 100 Thieves. They're going to take the Gwen into the Gnar there in the top side, so they got a little bit of split push power. Is ready, Flash is ready, they're going to go. They got the wave at the turret, they got a four-man party. TP's coming in as 100 Thieves. FBI takes a couple of hits from the turret there, so at least they get the teleport coming out from Jensen. They're still hanging around, though. FBI at about 150 HP. He can't tank any turret shots, but everybody else can kind of do as they please. Closer's going to walk in and start it out with a bite onto Sven, but the power of the shields, the healing, it's 100 Thieves grabbing the first blood, but is there any sort of a punish at all? Jensen's going to grab one back as Berserker's down to 100 health. Fudge isn't taking the bait just yet. Building that Gnar bar, though. Patient. Jumps in. Fudge gets the Mega Gnar, finds the wallop as well. Someday, however, ready to turn it back around here with the ulti. Blabber trying to flash away, stay alive, get himself out of trouble. But trouble has found him. He's got no flash anymore. And Closer gets, and that's the whole turret. Just about. Couple more auto attacks will get it done. You can see the boomerang fly in from FBI slightly off screen, but it wasn't enough.
They didn't get the pullback there. The Diana portion of that ult.
And now Sven and Berserker do not have that Nila ultimate to fight with. They've still got Soda's ulti, but Berserker's down to pretty low HP here. They're looking to outplay and heal through it. Closer's at 300. FBI still throwing the boomerangs out as Abadaga makes his way down, but Jensen is here and Blabber is ready to go now too. Jensen stealing the Sivir ulti and hasting the team, but C9's got to be careful. Sven is almost out of mana, and he doesn't have a lot left in the tank. FBI dropping the spell shield, but he won't get much use. Blabber's at 50 health. Blabber just barely walking away as Closer now looking for the chance, and Abadaga has already found one kill. Berserker's at 100 HP. He's about to die to a little bit more damage. The truck hits him, and Q2 takes him out. Jensen looks to get anybody back, but he won't find a dead. Abadaga.
Look at that charm that's going to come through. FBI doing so much work. All of this chunk damage here. Blabber comes around the top. He doesn't have ult on the Wukong. You can tell the rest of the Cloud9 team, they're like, we're kind of low. Jensen pops the ult, though. Sven is already low on mana, and it's just all of this chip damage. Then Abadaga, his ult comes back up. Blabber, they see him. He's chunked down. The clone here, once he gets sight of him, Flash with the ulti for Abba. Yumi jumps on him. Dodge zone doing a lot of work again, but the charm right past Sven.
Just beautiful.
Crazy, crazy right past Sven. FBI almost dying to the chains, but Sven also jumps on him. They get the heal back up, back to the top side though. Fudge.
Okay, Fudge pushed up and was able to
fighting back. Then we've seen the benefits here. Cloud9 though, brute force Flowers. That's the answer.
They already got one tower with a Herald, and now
cover. But it's a lot of bodies. That's all 5 thieves.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of thieves up here. The teleport's coming in. Fudge wants to turn it around. Mega Gnar into the wall. Won't matter. FBI gets the kill.
That's enough. 5, even with the teleport coming in. Full commitment from 100 Thieves. You see Cloud9 not able to push out anywhere on the map either. Bottom lane did go to the turret with the extra minions there. But
They're all gonna come.
We're first.
I just go without it. I'm gonna ult this guy. No flash.
Okay,
I'm fine. I'm taking. I drop. Nila is still mid.
Nice.
Nice. I love to hear it. We always talk about the Mega Gnar transform back to Mini, but it's so cool to hear it live. They're going to go back in. Closer keeping an eyeball on it. Looks like the recall from Gwen finishes. Someday teleport.
All right, 100 Thieves is ready to engage on this, but it's Cloud9 with control over the pit right now, and Blabber secures the Drake. 100 Thieves still looking for any sort of an angle. Someday has arrived, finding a lot of damage here into the Cloud9 health bars. They're going to kill them first, but Someday dies in response. Berserker is fighting back, but he falls to FBI and Abadaga. Blabber disengaging here with the clone now, as Fudge almost has the Gnar bar ready to go again. Abadaga and FBI running away, who he's still attached. It's a 3v3.
Ooh, Fudge has flash. He could make it.
Fudge goes in, but he's not going to find the Mega Gnar, and now with the ulti down, the man's in trouble. He's going to be shut down by Abadaga, but Blabber is kills him. What happened? A double kill over to FBI. Vinted. This is a unique round today, baby.
I think it is support for the player.
Well,
it's about the player, who he's there. Let's see what they can get done.
He's playing a mean
This advantage. You see them keeping the map kind of dark here for Cloud9, moving in these wards around the Baron. That lets them go for those aggressive plays. You
shoved up. There's that tier 1 turret.
Blabber on the flank.
Blabber will look for 100 Thieves maybe, but he ain't gonna find a way in just yet. Teleport coming in from C9. Abadaga lands the charm. Blabber trying to get out, but he's rooted up by the Yuumi ulti. Blabber has to disengage. There's no way in. He's way too low, but now he's ready to turn it around. FBI is gonna be the target, and FBI kites it out. 100 Thieves still ready to fight, but they've lost closer, and FBI's got 100 HP left. C9 may have found their moment and found their opening, as Someday now looks for a way to get his damage in, but he immediately has to retreat. Blabber still looking for opportunity, still looking for ways in and stop him and get him away from this objective. Someday's coming back around. FBI's gonna see Jensen. Auto attacks being put into him. Baron's down to 1,000. C9 should be able to secure it, and Blabber's got it done. Now Someday's fighting everybody here in the middle of the pit. A double kill back over to FBI. Blabber might just be taken down next. Berserker with the flash out over the wall. Closer coming in, looking to chase them down. Berserker dies next. Fudge tries to get away with the Baron buff. He's the only man left wearing purple, and he's about to wear it to his own funeral. Subjugate him. He tries to jump over the wall and ride the chickens home. Everfrost slows him down. Flash won't get away. And 100 Thieves.
Legendary 8-0 now on that Sivir. Cloud9 trapped inside that Baron pit. Very risky stuff. Let's take a listen to a team fight off champions, but sometimes the sieging here requires the extra rotation, so they just link up with Abba on the bottom side of the map. Look, I'm a mini Gnar, I'm jumping on you. Aren't I so stupid? Come attack me. But they don't take the bait.
Nope, they
take
just
the bait.
take the mid lane turret instead.
100 Thieves don't take the bait. They don't let that Cloud9 trap collapse on them. Take the mid turrets. Fudge's going to be able to finish up the outer turret for his team as well. And the Thieves, then they pick it up. It will move them to Dragon Soul Point.
Well, I don't think Krugs are on the menu now. It looks like we might actually get a little bit of a fight here as 100 Thieves closing in. The Yuumi ulti's flying out, and Blabber is on the menu. He immediately goes into the resurrection as Abadaga drops stasis, and Jensen does the same. Jensen and Blabber both trying to get away as Someday looks for Berserker! Berserker looks for it, and he finds the shutdown on Abadaga. Berserker trying everything that he can, and Cloud9 have killed 2 and lost 2. Fudge ready to transform into the Mega Gnar, but FBI is ready to just cut him down. The Guardian Angels being procced all over the place as Fudge comes back to life, only to die again.
Oh, it's a one-way trip because that Sivir Yuumi will chase you down.
Exactly, my friend. Ready to go in with a 10-0-7 scoreline, just DPSing at the top of the charts. 100 Thieves just pushing straight into the enemy base. Now you see it, now you don't. Goodbye tier 3 turret. Goodbye bot lane inhibitor. 100 Thieves will just walk it on out. Dragon Soul gonna spawn here in 10 seconds. Blabber nearly dies instantly. Abadaga's still looking for it. Abadaga's still found it. Now Fudge is your target here, as Sunday's zoning away the other two players on C9. It's 3v5, and 100 Thieves are ready to end the game. Jensen's on the flank, but is there anything a Silas can even do? He steals an Ahri ultimate, and all it's good for is running away. 100 Thieves, 21-8, and they probably aren't even done yet. Sven should die first. Berserker's trying to take somebody with him. He only gets a GA, and Jensen has to watch from the fountain as 100 Thieves slam Cloud9.
FBI.
Two players on C9. It's 3v5, and 100 Thieves are ready to end the game. Jensen's on the flank, but is there anything a Silas can even do? He steals an Ahri ultimate, and all it's good for is running away. 100 Thieves, 21-8, and they probably aren't even done yet. Sven should die first. Berserker's trying to take somebody with him. He only gets a GA, and Jensen has to watch from the fountain as 100 Thieves slam Cloud9.
FBI reminding everyone about 7 times that game. I'm legendary. Say it again. Get another kill. I'm legendary. I'm legendary.
I think he heard Fudge talking some smack about who was the better OCE import there.
Ooh, FBI looking good this time around. Huhi looking good, sitting on him. Yumi Sivir, baby. They never got the all-in. The kiting the entire game on point for FBI.
Yeah, 100 Thieves just played it so well. I mean, Abadaga didn't die for the longest time, too, like all the way down that final fight. That penultimate fight, excuse me, up in the top lane where Berserker was able to finally get him. Both 100 Thieves carries doing their job, avoiding that dive, and C9 just never putting it together the way that they imagined it in the draft.
You could see flashes of brilliance. Some of these dives at the end there, Berserker going in 1v3, finishes off the kill. But too far gone at that point. 100 Thieves, you cannot make mistakes early versus 100 Thieves. Their fundamentals, again, they remain solid, and then once they get that lead, they're going to be cautious about it. They're not going to let you have an easy way back in. They're going to try and minimize any chance you have of making the big comeback play.
And the communication, the comms were on point. We got to listen in so many different times. I actually love being able to do this during the games and sort of hearing what they're talking about. Like the dive, just closer being able to know, yep, I got him, he's paper, whatever, I'm still tanking, everything's cool. Like these guys have been playing together for so long. The desk was talking about it before the game. The coordination is on point, and it makes them that much scarier when they get those leads like you're talking about.
Yeah, remaining really calm in a lot of these setups for the objectives. Impressive stuff.
All right, and now we are joining the Tigress and the Supreme OCE Player FBI for our Verizon post-game interview.
Fudge talked that smack beforehand, but one OCE player is reigning supreme after this victory. Welcome, everyone, to the Verizon post-game interview. I do want to talk about some of your specific play, FBI, but before that, can we talk about Neela a bit? First time we're getting to see the pick locked in here, and you just played against her. How was that?
Honestly, I'm not too sure about Nila. I think she's a pretty niche pick, so I was pretty surprised to see them 1-2 the Nila blind. But I think he was just feeling really confident in the pick, and he probably had a lot of practice. But I feel like it's kind of niche, and I don't feel like it's that strong, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a very, very specific style of play, definitely. You, on the other hand, this was a very strong performance for you, player of the game, in fact, deathless the entire time. Tell me a bit about how you feel that you and the team were able to be so coordinated and play with so much patience in a lot of these fights.
Yeah, I think just this week's practice was honestly really good for us. I think we channeled a lot of what we learned in scrims into the stage, and I mean, I feel like the previous weeks we were kind of playing like pussies, and I think this week we decided that we agreed that our games were boring, so we're just like, we should just fight more, and we did.
Bring a little more style to your play on the Rift. Digging into parts of that a bit more, one thing that Huhi had said in his recent interview with Travis Gafford is that he feels like he's personally feeling better about the play. You both were such a focus in this game, maybe learning how to drop ego aside, being willing to go even. Can you elaborate upon this from your perspective?
Yeah, definitely. I think we had a lot of ego, especially coming into this year. I think we kind of bought into our own hype and thought we could win any matchup, and kind of figured out that wasn't the case. But I think we took a step back, and I think we're playing a lot better now. I also just want to shout out Huhi because I feel like he should have got player of the game yesterday. He was like kind of popping off in the Nami, but supports are not really appreciated.
Yeah, threw some bubbles out there in the darkness that were pretty impressive, that's for sure. Very impressive from 100 Thieves overall. I believe it's like a 7-game win streak at this point. So do you feel, with all of that you just said considered, that you're kind of snapped into that place, rolling into playoffs, feeling very invigorated, or still focusing on the fundamentals?
We're still very much focusing on the fundamentals. I think it's really important to not look ahead past any match and just kind of work on improving yourself day by day. And I think that's a philosophy our team really follows. And hopefully, by the time we come to playoffs, we will be good enough to win the championship again. I do want to ask you to look ahead just a little bit, though. Super Week next week, you do have FlyQuest, CLG, and TL. CLG, banger game earlier on the day. What do you think of those last 3 games that are going to round out your regular season? I feel like the games will be pretty easy, assuming that we play like how we did this week. I don't think we've lost to CLG's bot lane because it's kind of embarrassing since they were our Academy bot lane last year. I don't really feel like we can lose to them.
Any love for them, though, as your
Yeah, they're
Academy?
popping off. Like, I'm really happy for Luga and Poom. I think they're playing very well, but like, we gotta, we'll take them out.
Got to show them. Well, FBI, congratulations on such a banger performance today, and thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
We do have another fantastic matchup coming up between Evil Geniuses and Team Liquid, but as we go, remember everyone, there ain't much stronger than a dragon. Check it out.